Right, David, bout 2 then. We are like a conveyor belt this afternoon, aren't we? It's going to be fight after fight. So we got Germany's Mohamed Manouchi versus America's Lorenzo Patricio. Now, you know Patricio well.
I tell you what, it's a pleasure to know the Patricio family. I mean, his father, Landon Patricio, I mean, just the boxing clan from Hawaii here in the U.S. I tell you what, it's incredible to see what he has been able to do with his family and just boxing in the way they represented from the island of Hawaii. But you know what? He's in there with a young man in Manouchi who came here to do the exact same thing, and that is take gold back home. And I think we're going to be in for a fun contest, a gritty contest as well.
We can't wait. And just a moment, we'll get into the action. The referee just giving the final instructions there. We don't want any more disqualifications, that's for sure.
Not at all. But you saw one of the things you saw in the final instructions from the official. You saw the height and the reach advantage, you know, for Manouchi.
Well, Patricio straight on that front foot, launching a right hand, and they are some quick hands, let me tell you. I don't know how fast they look on your TVs at home, but from just a few feet away from the ring, both of these guys are super quick, and their reactions are too.
Well, I like what Patricio is doing early here. He's applying the pressure. As you saw in bout number 1, pressure will be rewarded by these judges here at ringside. Patricio off to a pretty good start, as you saw that right hand right there.
He is. He's got good feet, has Patricio. And just bouncing around that ring, making it difficult for the man from Germany to try and land anything, and then just explodes out of nowhere, just launches himself from the canvas. And I've got to say, Manouchi looks at moments in the early part of this round a tiny bit overwhelmed when those shots come firing at him.
Well, you know, Patricio may be surprising him a tad bit with his pressure, but that's something that's going to be necessary for Lorenzo because of the fact that he has the height and reach disadvantage. But you already see early in this contest, blood in the mouth of Manouchi. Patricio getting that right hand home.
Here's Manouchi, sorry, just landing a couple of soft shots downstairs, a double jab to the body and trying to land the right hand upstairs. He seems to be settling into his groove a little bit now, the man from Germany, and looks a little bit more relaxed. Just got that distance, gauging that distance, getting that timing right. And Patricio isn't going to have it all his own way in this bout. I think that's one thing for certain.
Well, and I think you're right about that. It looks like Manouchi is settling down a tad, trying to maintain the distance, but that's the issue that he's going to have with Patricio. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to want to get inside, and right now still doing a pretty decent job of it against Manouchi.
I am mightily impressed with the explosiveness of Patricio, the way that he just fires himself off the canvas, rockets towards Manouchi and just lets a flurry of punches go. The speed which they come at his opponent must be really tough to handle, but Manouchi looking to become a little bit more relaxed as he just bounces around the ring and switching that stance up, trying to make Patricio think about his boxing, think about what he's going to throw. And there was a bit of a Superman punch there, David.
A little bit. You know, I got to tell you, you know, try it all. Leave nothing to chance, right? You use every club in your bag when you make it to this point. This is the finals and the world championships, you know, at 50 kilograms. So you leave it all on the line, right? You lay it all on the line. You leave nothing out. And so if you want to try your Superman punch, hey, this might be the time.
Never a better opportunity than the World Championships to do so. And that is the sound to tell us that round 1 is over. And for me, David, Patricio came out the faster, stronger fighter. And like I said earlier on, he was overwhelmed a bit, was Manouchi. What's your thoughts?
Well, I would have to agree with that. You see the scores on the screen. Again, the aggression being rewarded, and so Patricio with the early lead here, 10-9, pitching a shutout on all 5 cards. You saw some pretty good moments from Manouchi later in that first round, so the question will be whether or not he will be able to build on that. But I think what we've already seen so far is that the key for Manouchi in this bout is whether or not he's going to be able to maintain his distance and keep Juanito Patricio, you know, out of his lap.
There was clearly some
Round 2.
instructions given in each corner, so we'll see what both fighters come out, whether it's very similar to the starting round or not. And here we go, round 2 of 3 in this men's 50 kilogram under 19s World Championships. What an honour it is to be here and see fighters of this standard doing what they're doing. And look at Patricio coming out all guns blazing, really going for it, and the reflexes there was like something out of the Matrix. Manouchi threw a left hand, a left hook and a right hand, and both of them went whizzing past Patricio, and he was showing us that he hasn't just got fast hands, he can get out of the way quick as well.
Well, he's doing a good job of that, and I tell you, my favorite punch in that exchange may have been the straight right hand to the body of Manouchi. And I think if Patricio can work in enough body work, in this contest, I think that could really pay heavy dividends for him and not just headhunt like he has done a little bit earlier in this contest.
Now, one of the things which the judges will pick up on is those eye-catching shots. Who do you think is landing the more eye-catching shots at the moment?
Well, I still have to go with Patricio, at this moment. And again, I think Mohamed Manouchi is starting to have a couple of more moments, but right now I think that the pressure of Patricio is still what is standing out most in this contest, although right now Patricio retreating a little as Manouchi starting to try to apply pressure and come forward. And as I say that, Patricio lunges in with the lunging left hook.
The referee just having a quiet word there, but Patricio is doing a little bit of showboating, and I guess Manouchi needs to just be careful and don't let his head go in this, and keep engaged and keep those hands up, keep his wits about him. But Patricio looks like he's having a really good time here. He's boxing like Sugar Ray Robinson. Look at him bouncing around that ring, just popping that jab out and having a thoroughly good time. And he threw an awesome right hook, a right hand followed up with a left hook, and both of those shots landed. And Manouchi just lunges in with that right hand to the body, but it falls ever so slightly short.
And Manouchi is having some better moments, in this round. But however, those exchanges are still, in my opinion, favoring Patricio. So for every one that Manouchi lands, Patricio comes in and does the same, and then a little bit more. So he's going to have to, start and finish some of these exchanges if he's going to give himself a real chance in this bout against Patricio.
Absolutely, and Manouchi just gets himself back into the contest again, and Patricio looks like he just sort of just has his foot off the gas ever so slightly. And it's almost like he tricks Manouchi into kind of coming in and then counters him, doesn't it?
Well, what you're seeing is that Patricio feels like it looks as if he feels like he has the timing down for Manouchi. And that's more the confidence in the body language, of Patricio. I think that's what we're getting a look at as you see him take that very confident walk back to that red corner. I think Patricio is feeling pretty good about himself. And on the scorecards, he seems to be doing all right there.
He's certainly doing well. And now he's relaxed and knows that he's winning this contest. He should improve, but you need to be careful when you're in that position not to switch off, not to get caught, not to chuck it away, because we've seen it happen before, haven't we, in these major competitions, in these tournaments. Fighters are doing so well, they're doing all the right things, right, and they think they've got it in the bag, and then all of a sudden they end up losing on an RSC.
We've seen it in all sports. I love those videos, where you see these marathon runners, slow down right before the tape, and then some guy runs right by him at the end, and when you're in the ring with someone who has the height and reach advantage on you, you can absolutely run into something that you don't want to see. So Patricio's got to stay on the game plan.
Time out here at the start of the third round.
Bit of an equipment issue we got to take care of.
Just the vest, which was becoming untucked. They need to be nice and neat and tidy in this style of boxing. And we're back to the action.
Hey, Darren, what do you think about that USA chant that's starting to, grow here in the arena?
Well, it is. It's starting to get noisy, and you can tell that the locals and the friends and family, the people, are enjoying it. I've got to say, I was in an Uber earlier on, and I told the guy why I was here, because he obviously picked up on my accent, and he said that he'd be down. I said, it's just great, like people are just randomly coming down to watch this boxing, because it's just such of such a high standard, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. And Manouchi tries to throw a right uppercut under the left elbow of Patricio, and it doesn't land with any conviction. And Patricio just looking ever so slightly like having a bit of an off round. But then as I say that, we get a bit more showboating and some dancing, some reflexes, and I wonder what the judges will think about that stuff.
Well, you know, you're right. You know, you don't want to irritate the judges, and you don't want to do things, you know, that would turn the judges off about your performance. Not that the judges should be swayed by those things, because they certainly shouldn't be. But right now, Patricio, again, that's confidence. No coach is teaching their boxer to samba, you know, or do the merengue in the middle of a round. But you can tell things like that speak to the confidence that the boxer has at the moment. And I don't think Manouchi is doing himself any favors by attempting to match that energy and the showboating. He's down on the cards. Open scoring, he's down. He needs to get busy.
He really does. I was just going to pick up on that point, because when you're down on the cards like this, I was expecting him to be running at Patricio, running at him and trying to make his life hell for the next 3 minutes. And he hasn't done that. He's trying to box on the back foot. He just got caught with a really good right hand from Patricio again. And he's not fighting a fight which he needs to turn this around, is he? 1 minute left in this championship contest. Gold medal on the line in the World Championships. Where's the fire, you know, that you want to see from Manouchi, you know, in this moment? And as he takes another right hand from Patricio, I don't know if that's going to happen. And again, he's going to walk away at worst with the silver medal, and that's nothing to sneeze at, but you don't want to decide during the bout that silver medal is good enough. I agree with you. And it's almost like for Manouchi, like he's run out of ideas. Yes. He's run out of ideas, and you can't run out of ideas at this level. These guys are operating at, and Patricio caught him with a beautiful left hook square on the chin there, and it stunned Manouchi just for a second there, and then they got back into their boxing again. But we're going to the last 15 seconds, and my guess is not only has Patricio won this comfortably, but he certainly won it with some style, David. He has done that, as you see Patricio letting Manouchi know that last punch is inconsequential, means nothing. It's about the goal. And I tell you what, look at Patricio. I can imagine, you know, again, the family. You see the Hawaiian contingent that has traveled here to Colorado to support him, the USA chants going. This has got to be a great feeling for Lorenzo Patricio. You love that Team USA stuff, don't you? Whenever I'm watching anything which has got Team USA in it, you always hear Team USA, USA. You know, I'm here to be a non-biased participant. Of course, you know. But I tell you, it's so easy to root for a good guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Lorenzo Patricio and the Patricio family are such good people. I had the pleasure of having an opportunity, you know, to interact with them on multiple occasions, and his father is such a gentleman, and he teaches humility, you know, to his young boxers, you know, his family. And now you look at it, as you hear the chant starting to grow again. For championship bout 2, the winner on points by unanimous decision. In the red corner from USA, Lorenzo Patricio. Well, a very, very comfortable win for Patricio, as we've been banging on about, and a very exciting young man to keep an eye on in the future, whether that's the amateur game or whether he goes over to the pro ranks, because he might be one of those fighters, and I don't know if you use this saying here, David, he's a Marmite fighter. You either love him or you hate him, because some people hate that flashy stuff. Absolutely. Other people love it. Right, and that's the thing, but what I really enjoy about